This one is going to make you smile, laugh, and maybe even tear up a little. If you thought Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo's journey into parenthood couldn't get any more magical, then you're in for a real treat. Their little bundle of joy, who has already captured the hearts of fans across the globe, just reached an unforgettable milestone, taking those very first tiny wobbly steps. And what did Lee Min-ho do? Well, in true Min-ho fashion, he's planning something so thoughtful, so emotional, and absolutely too cute to handle. A special baby photo shoot dedicated entirely to capturing this once-in-a-lifetime moment. Now, imagine this. The baby standing up with those chubby little legs, wobbling just a bit, while Min-ho and Hye-kyo cheer on from the sidelines, their faces filled with pride and joy. The little one takes one step, then another, and before you know it, the room bursts into laughter and applause. For every parent, that first step is an unforgettable memory, but for global stars like Min-ho and Hye-kyo, it also becomes a moment shared with millions of fans who have been following their journey. Instead of just keeping it private, Min-ho wants to celebrate it in style by creating a photo shoot that perfectly blends family warmth with artistic beauty. Can you imagine the scene, dear viewers? Soft pastel backdrops, balloons floating around, maybe even a little crown or tiara on the baby's head, symbolizing how precious they are. Min-ho has reportedly been hands-on with the planning, choosing themes, colors, outfits, and even considering a few candid shots that show the baby's innocent curiosity. It won't be the typical stiff family photo shoot. No, this will be playful, dreamy, and heartwarming. Picture the baby crawling toward a toy, standing up with support, or giggling while reaching out for Min-ho's hand. These are the moments that melt hearts, the ones you replay again and again because they remind you of the purest form of love. And let's not forget Hye-kyo. She has always been admired for her elegance and grace, but as a mother, her softer, nurturing side has been glowing even brighter. Fans can't stop talking about how radiant she looks when she's with a baby, and this photo shoot will undoubtedly capture those candid mother-child moments that make us all swoon. Imagine her kneeling on the floor, arms wide open, as the little one stumbles toward her, or gently kissing those tiny feet while Min-ho looks on with a smile full of pride. These are not just photographs, they're timeless memories. But here's where it gets even more interactive, my lovely audience. Think about this. If you were part of the creative team planning this photo shoot, what theme would you suggest? Would you go for something dreamy like a Little Prince concept with crowns and fairy lights? Or perhaps a cozy, homey theme where the baby's first steps are captured naturally in the living room with toys scattered around? Or maybe something bold like matching outfits for the whole family, where Min-ho, Hye-kyo, and the baby coordinate colors to symbolize unity. The possibilities are endless, and each one sounds cuter than the last. And let's talk about the significance of this moment. For Min-ho, who has always been known as the ultimate romantic both on screen and off, this photo shoot is more than just pictures. It's a legacy. It's about freezing time, cherishing the tiny details that fade all too quickly, and creating something the baby can look back on years from now with pride, knowing just how loved they were from the very beginning. Fans around the world are already buzzing, saying they can't wait to see even a glimpse of these photos, because they know Min-ho's creativity and Hye-kyo's charm will make them absolutely breathtaking. One can almost hear the internet breaking once the pictures are released. Imagine the baby dressed in a soft white romper, taking steps toward a cake decorated with stars, while Min-ho gently steadies him from behind. Or perhaps an outdoor photo shoot in a flower garden, with the baby walking hand in hand with both parents under the sunlight. Every frame would radiate happiness, and every smile would tell a story of love, resilience, and family. Now here's a fun thought for you, dear viewers. How would you react if Lee Min-ho actually released a behind-the-scenes video of the photo shoot? Imagine getting to watch the baby stumble, laugh, and maybe even fall into Min-ho's arms, while the whole crew bursts into laughter. Fans wouldn't just be looking at photos, they'd feel like they were part of the family, experiencing those raw, precious moments in real time. And let's be honest, this isn't just about a baby learning to walk. It's about a new chapter in life for Min-ho and Hye-kyo. Parenthood has a way of grounding even the biggest stars, and this milestone shows us how they've embraced their roles with so much love and dedication. For the baby, these first steps mark the beginning of independence, curiosity, and adventure. For Min-ho and Hae-kyo, it's the sweet reminder that time flies, and every second with their child is priceless. So, lovely viewers, as we wrap up this heartwarming update, let me leave you with a question to keep the conversation alive. If you had the chance to design the first steps photo shoot for Lee Min-ho's baby, what special touch would you add to make it unforgettable? Would you suggest props like storybooks, flowers, or even their family pet to join the frame? Share your ideas, because who knows, maybe one day they'll actually take inspiration from fans like you. This moment is a celebration of love, family, and the little joys that make life so beautiful. Lee Min-ho's thoughtful plan for a special baby photo shoot proves once again why he isn't just a star on the screen, but a shining star in real life as well. And with Song Hae-kyo by his side, guiding and loving every step of the way, this family continues to give us stories that warm our hearts and remind us of the simple yet powerful beauty of love. The truth is, when it comes to milestones like this, especially the very first steps of a child, the love, preparation, and thought that parents pour into preserving that memory is just as important as the moment itself. For Min-ho and Hae-kyo, every detail matters, and every second counts. So let's continue imagining, exploring, and walking together through the adorable possibilities of this photo shoot and beyond. First, let's linger a little on the significance of first steps. Think about it, lovely viewers. Those tiny wobbly legs represent more than just walking. They symbolize growth, determination, and the pure joy of discovery. When a baby takes their first steps, they're not just moving forward physically. They're stepping into the future, learning independence, and showing the world just how strong and curious they are. Parents everywhere know how unforgettable that moment feels, and fans across the globe can sense how Min-ho and Hae-kyo must be bursting with pride right now. But what makes this moment even more special is Min-ho's artistic vision. Remember, this isn't just any father, this is Lee Min-ho, the man who has given us countless unforgettable scenes on screen, who knows the importance of capturing emotion through visuals. Now imagine him channeling that same creative energy into designing a photo shoot for his little one. Instead of relying solely on photographers, he's personally involved in selecting themes, brainstorming ideas, and even practicing playful poses with the baby so everything feels natural and fun. This hands-on dedication proves that his love as a father goes beyond words. It translates into action. One of the most exciting aspects fans are speculating about is the theme. Will it be something dreamy, like a whimsical baby fairy tale setting, with twinkling lights, pastel balloons, and props like tiny castles and crowns? Or perhaps something grounded in warmth and reality, like capturing those steps in their family living room, surrounded by toys and books. Some fans even suggest outdoor shoots, like a beautiful garden where the baby walks barefoot on the grass, with sunlight glowing on their face while Min-ho and Hae-kyo hold their hands. Each idea carries its own charm, but whichever one they choose, one thing is certain: the photos will radiate love. Lovely viewers, picture this scene with me. Min-ho kneeling with his arms open, his signature smile lighting up his face as the baby toddles toward him. In the background, Hae-kyo is clapping and laughing, her eyes sparkling with pride. A photographer captures the exact moment the baby falls into Min-ho's embrace, giggling with joy. Can you feel the warmth in that frame? It's not just a photo, it's a story, a frozen moment in time that will forever remind them of this precious chapter. But here's the thing, my dear audience. Photo shoots like this aren't just for the family's keepsake anymore. In today's world, fans feel deeply connected to their idols, almost like extended family. Many believe Min-ho and Hae-kyo will eventually share at least a glimpse of this photo shoot with their supporters, not to exploit their child, but to let fans feel included in their happiness. After all, fans have walked alongside them through careers, struggles, and triumphs, and this milestone feels like a victory everyone wants to celebrate together. And can we talk about outfits? Fans are buzzing with ideas. Some envision the baby in a cute pastel romper. Others imagine a tiny tailored suit to match Min-ho, while some even dream of coordinated family outfits where all three wear shades of white or soft blue. The thought of seeing Min-ho and Hae-kyo in casual, cozy looks, with the baby in matching tones, is almost too adorable to handle. It gives off not just celebrity vibes but also the authenticity of a family who treasures their bond above everything else. Now let's step into the future a little bit. Imagine when the baby grows up and looks back at these photos. They'll see not just a milestone, but the immense effort and love their parents put into celebrating even the smallest achievements. It will serve as proof that from the very beginning, they were cherished, adored, and surrounded by affection. This photoshoot isn't just for fans or even for Minho and Haikyo themselves. It's a legacy, a gift of memories to their child. Lovely viewers, I want you to join in this journey with me. If you could give advice to Lee Min-ho and Song Haikyo about how to make this photoshoot even more special, what would you suggest? Would you encourage them to add personal touches, like incorporating a favorite stuffed animal or a family heirloom into the photos? Or would you propose a more creative approach, like recreating a famous romantic scene from Min-ho and Haikyo's dramas, but with the baby now stealing the spotlight? Imagine the symbolism. Two actors whose love stories enchanted millions, now passing the magic to their child in a single photograph. And let's not ignore the emotional side of this. First steps can be bittersweet too. Parents often feel a mix of excitement and a little sadness, because every new step also means their baby is growing up so quickly. For Min-ho and Haikyo, who have poured their hearts into parenthood, this moment is both a joy and a gentle reminder of how fast time flies. We can picture Min-ho saying something tender to Haikyo like, "Can you believe it? Just yesterday we were holding him in our arms, and now he's walking toward us." It's these little exchanges that make the photoshoot more than just staged pictures. It becomes a celebration of love, time, and family. Now let's talk about the possibility of a behind-the-scenes video. Fans would absolutely lose their minds if Min-ho decided to share clips of the photoshoot process. Imagine seeing the baby take a few wobbly steps, stumble, and then burst into giggles while the crew and parents cheer. Or maybe the baby gets distracted by balloons, running off mid-shoot, causing everyone to laugh uncontrollably. These candid moments show the reality behind the polished photos, making the whole experience feel authentic and relatable. And here's something even sweeter. What if the photoshoot turns into a mini family tradition? Maybe every year, Min-ho and Haikyo will organize a shoot to celebrate their baby's milestones. First steps, first birthday, first day of school, and so on. Fans could look forward to seeing glimpses of these precious updates, while the family builds a beautiful timeline of memories. Doesn't that sound like the perfect blend of celebrity glamour and genuine family love? Lovely viewers, the more we talk about this, the more it becomes clear that this isn't just about pictures. It's about celebrating life itself. The baby's first steps remind us of resilience, the joy of moving forward, and the beauty of beginnings. For Min-ho and Haikyo, it's proof that love has carried them into a new chapter, one where their roles as parents bring them closer together than ever before. Now, let me ask you once again, dear audience. If you were in Min-ho's shoes, what special element would you add to this once-in-a-lifetime photoshoot? Would you want to capture the moment in a studio with lights and props? Or would you prefer a simple, natural setting at home where love itself is the backdrop? This story is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. Because as we all know, with every new step comes new adventures, new milestones, and new memories waiting to be made. In fact, it opens up new chapters of family bonding, global fan adoration, and priceless memories that will live on forever. Their baby's first steps may seem like a simple milestone to some, but in the hearts of Min-ho, Haikyo, and millions of fans worldwide, it's a celebration of life, love, and legacy. Now, imagine this continuation. After the carefully planned photoshoot, when the lights dim and the cameras stop clicking, Min-ho scoops up his little one and whispers softly, "You're walking into your future now." Just that moment, unseen by the world, becomes even more precious than the photographs themselves. Because behind every glossy picture, there are these raw, intimate seconds where emotions run free. This is the kind of parent Min-ho has become. Deeply reflective, endlessly affectionate, and absolutely present in his child's life. But here's where the story gets even more beautiful. The photoshoot, as adorable and meaningful as it is, becomes more than just family keepsakes. It turns into a shared memory for fans who feel like extended members of the Min-ho, Haikyo family. Imagine them carefully releasing just one or two photos online. A black and white candid shot of the baby's tiny feet walking toward Min-ho's shoes, or a picture of the family's hands stacked together. the internet would explode instantly, not just with excitement, but with overwhelming love. Fans would flood the comments with blessings, heart emojis, and messages of support, thanking them for sharing even a glimpse of their world. Lovely viewers, can you picture the global ripple this would cause? News outlets would cover it, social media trends would explode, and hashtags like #MinhoBabySteps or #MinhoFamily would dominate feeds for days. Fans in Korea, China, the Philippines, Nigeria, the US, and beyond would be united in one chorus of joy, celebrating this tiny step as if it were their own child's milestone. That's the power of Minho and Haikyo. Their story transcends borders, languages, and cultures. But let's make this even more interactive. If you were scrolling through your feed and suddenly saw that first photo, what would your reaction be? Would you scream with joy, share it with your friends immediately, or quietly sit there, smiling through tears, feeling like you were part of something truly special? Each fan's reaction is unique, but collectively, the world would feel that same warmth. And let's not forget about Haikyo. Her role in this continuation is deeply profound. While Minho may be planning the creative side of the shoot, she's the one grounding the experience with her tenderness. Imagine her gently guiding the baby, making sure they don't get too tired, or fixing their tiny outfit before every picture. The way she looks at her child with unconditional love is the kind of image that doesn't need a camera. It imprints itself in the memory forever. Fans have always admired her beauty, but in this chapter, her glow as a mother outshines even the brightest lights. Now let's dive into something even sweeter. The idea of the photos becoming part of a family album. Not a public one, but a private, leather-bound album filled with moments from pregnancy, the baby's first smile, their first laugh, and now, their first steps. Imagine Minho sitting down years from now, flipping through those pages with his grown child, and pointing to that picture saying, "This was the day you started walking." The legacy of love captured in those albums will outlast fame, fortune, and even time. But wait, lovely viewers. What if this photo shoot sparks something bigger? What if Minho, inspired by the emotions of the day, decides to create a mini documentary of his journey into fatherhood? Not for the public eye immediately, but for personal safekeeping. Snippets of him planning, of Haikyo laughing, of the baby exploring, woven together with music. Can you imagine the emotional power of such a film? One day, maybe even decades later, when the baby grows up, they'll watch it and understand just how deeply loved they were. Now, think about this interactive moment. If Lee Min-ho were to release even a short teaser of such a video, what part would you hope to see most? The baby wobbling toward him. The moment of laughter when the baby gets distracted. Or perhaps the quiet embrace afterward, when the shoot ends, and the family simply basks in the joy of being together. Lovely viewers, milestones like this remind us that even though Minho and Haikyo are superstars, they are also parents, just like millions of others, cherishing the same small but monumental joys. The difference is that when they celebrate, the whole world celebrates with them. Their baby's first steps are a reminder of growth, resilience, and the endless love that connects families everywhere. And here's something we must not overlook. The fans themselves are part of this story. Many of you who watch, comment, and support feel almost like aunties and uncles to the little one. Your reactions, your blessings, your excitement, it all becomes part of the baby's history, even if indirectly. It's like a giant family stretching across the globe, united by the simple joy of seeing love take shape in its purest form. Lovely viewers, let's pause here for another interactive thought. If Minho and Haikyo asked fans to contribute ideas for the next milestone celebration, say the baby's first birthday, what would you suggest? A themed party inspired by one of Minho's dramas, a garden picnic surrounded by flowers, or maybe something small and intimate, filled with only love and laughter. Your voices matter, and imagining these possibilities together keeps us all connected to the story. As we continue walking down this beautiful narrative, it's clear that what makes this photo shoot special isn't just the act of taking pictures. It's the way it encapsulates love, transforms a fleeting moment into eternal memory, and reminds us all of the beauty of beginnings. Every step the baby takes forward is also a step forward for this family, a reminder that life is about growth, joy, and the bonds we build along the way.